that state. Man, do pack for pack, back to back, flat to flat, it's like we stuck in a state. Flat to flat, it's like we stuck. I don't really care how them man function. If you're from my bit, that's normal. Look how they act when they see us at function.
Talks really know where it is. Like, comment and subscribe if you haven't. Make sure you go over to the Spotify and check out the exclusive episodes on the Spotify. And today we're reporting on some sad news. We're reporting on the murder of the rapper called HYPO that was originally from Mashtown. HYPO's well famous putting his people on. That's what he's known for. And big up to HYPO and condolences to his family and to all his friends and to his children. I heard he had a newborn on the way when he died. So that was even more sad news. So in the article in the Evening Standard, it says rapper HYPO killed by security guard in a football club birthday party stabbing. Rapper HYPO was stabbed to death by a security guard at a 50-head birthday party at the Queen's Platinum Jubilee weekend, the Old Bailey has heard. The victim's real name, Lamar Jackson, had arrived in a Bentley to a 45th birthday party being held at a home ground of Woodford Town FC on June the 2nd last year. Just as the event was ending, Jackson, 39, was stabbed in the chest and collapsed, dying at the scene. Less than an hour later, the Old Bailey heard. Laurie John Phillips, 33, whose nickname is Bigger, is now on trial accused of the rapper's murder. Prosecutor Brian O'Neill KC said Jackson from Hackney was a well-known figure in the area from his involvement in the music industry and his general reputation, including as a gang member or gang leader in that area. He had a series of grime hits, rap hits, bro, not grime hits. And his stage name was HYPO and briefly dated similar singer Emila Sandé in 2017. Mr. O'Neill told jurors they will have to decide if Jackson's fatal stabbing was a murder or if John Phillip acted lawfully in self-defense. Just after midnight, a man named Lamar Jackson was stabbed to death at a party held in Woodford Town Football Club in East London, said the prosecutor opening the case. The man who killed him was the defendant, Laurie John Phillip. That's not in dispute. Mr. John Phillip accepts that he was the person who killed Lamar Jackson. The issue which we would have to determine is whether he did so unlawfully or whether he may have been acting in self-defense. The court heard John Phillip was working as a security guard at the party with over 500 guests inside a marquee with a bar and musical acts on the same weekend as the Queen's Platinum Jubilee festives. Alright, stop. Let's just stop right there. Let's put out some rumours that were put out regarding this. Now, everyone knows that it was well known that HYPO had problems with somebody from Brixton called Bike. Both of these people had problems. And allegedly, somebody let off shot at a Drake party. And it was, so them shots were meant to be for HYPO because somebody got punched up. Allegedly. Remember, this is all allegedly. I don't know a thing. I'm just saying allegedly. One of the rumors that was floating in the air at the time of HYPO's murder was that this security guard was paid by somebody to do a hit. That was the rumor at the time. I can't tell you if it's true or not because I wasn't there and I don't know who's got, but I'm just saying that was a rumor that was floating in the air. But it got quickly dismissed as people found out that the person who done it was allegedly slapped by HYPO earlier in that day. That's what people have said. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But it was alleged that he was slapped. And later on, he came back and got his revenge. Mr. O'Neill said there was an incident between John Phillip and Jackson at around 10:30 at a party while John Phillip's cousin was not on good terms with Mr. Jackson. At around midnight, the lights came on and a woman shouted out that someone had been stabbed, the court heard. Mr. Jackson was seen collapsing slowly on his back onto the ground, and one eyewitness reportedly saw someone jump forward and strike the deceased on the chest. In police interview, John Phillips stayed largely silent but also commented, "I did not murder Lamar Jackson," the court was told. The court heard he is set to argue he acted in self-defense or in lawful defense of his cousin. John Phillip from Enfield denies murder. The trial continues. So now John Phillip saying allegedly he was backing his cousin to do with something that was going to happen, and he stabbed him in the chest. He's admitting that he stabbed him in the chest and took his life. There's a couple issues that I'd like to bring to everyone's attention. Number one, even when you're out with all your friends, all it takes is a split moment for your life to be taken. It doesn't take a long time for someone to die. I pray that we start to wake up and see that not everywhere that we go, we need to be. We don't need to be at every event. We don't need to be at every turn up. We don't need to be every place. Sometimes you got bigger things on your plate, man. Like if you got children on the way or a family or something, sometimes it's good to just stay in the house. I know I'm saying that to say this, but life is precious. Protect it at all means. But at the same time, don't put yourself in situations where you could be a victim of knife crime. So like I said, man, it's sad to hear this because HYPO, I liked HYPO, man. I think he was a cool person, personally. I don't really know the brother per se, but obviously we know people that are connected to people and blah, blah, blah. We're all connected in some way or another. And I had one of his people on my podcast. I had one of his people on my podcast called Loons, and he's connected to them as well. So, and Margs as well, I've had them on the podcast. So it's sad to see that, you know, one of their friends was taken out in such a brutal and untimely fashion. But this is just to show you that death doesn't discriminate. You know, it will come at any time, at the time that you least expect it. He said when the event's done and everything's, you know, lights came on and the woman's like, someone's been stabbed. You know what I'm saying? Like hysterical. This is what happens. And he died on the scene. Imagine that. That was a fatal stabbing. Got stabbed in his heart or near his chest or somewhere where it just stopped him straight away. And a lot of people are stabbed all 10 to 8, 9, 16 times or on different occasions and they're still alive. So life is a blessing, man. When God comes to call you, man, he comes to call you. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that it was done in front of so much people, John Phillip has to go down for murder. I'm being honest. He can't get off that. He can't say self-defense. Does it make sense? Because if a man boxed you in your face, box him back in his face. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get a knife to stab someone, that's called murder. It's not self-defense. Self-defense is at the time of the incident, not later on. Does it make sense? But I don't know. I wasn't there to actually say what happened. All I can tell you is that you could be surrounded with 100 of your people and still die, bro. People ain't as real as they say they are, bro. Again, this trial's still going on and we understand what's going on with this case. And to everybody that's been affected by knife crime in one way or another, I'd just like to let you know that, you know, if you're still alive, it's a blessing. Because a lot of people get stabbed once and go. So if you've been stabbed multiple times and you're still alive, try and change your life. Try to become a better version of yourself. As we get older, we think, I need to protect myself. I need to protect myself. How about we don't need to protect ourselves? How about we don't put ourselves in environments where we have to protect ourselves, quote unquote? Why can't we be in environments where it's actually feels safe for once? I don't want to put myself in an environment where I have to carry a weapon to feel safe. I feel like that's an unsafe environment. And a lot of us do that on the basis that we think that we're bad. It gets to a certain point in life here, and a certain age where man don't even care about being bad anymore. Man don't even care about reputation. Man cares about waking up and seeing my children and my family. And I think that needs to be the message that we push out to the youngsters, man. Like, anyone can be bad, bro. Anyone can lose the control. Anyone can stab someone, but not anyone can, you know, say, nah, I ain't gonna do that. You know, I'm not gonna lower myself to that. I'm gonna be a better person. I'm gonna take care of my family. I'm not just gonna, you know what I'm saying? I think that takes the real strength of a man is when he's at the height of anger, knowing that he can harm someone, but he does not harm them. I feel like that's a real man. Self-control is needed in a time where people are just stabbing each other for no reason. And for silly reasons as well. So condolences to HYPO and to his family. That's it, man. We're out. Rare talks, rare reactions, quick things. Bow.